So today's just going to be a more chill episode. I'm just going to talk about a few things that are going on in my life and just giving you guys like some things to think about and some lessons that I'm learning in real time right now in my life. So, it's going to be very quick, very very chill. It's just kind of like a little bit of a life update. So, as always, let me know what you think in the comments, like the video, subscribe if you're new, follow on Spotify and TikTok. Welcome back to the 365 podcast. I make a podcast episode every single day for 365 days. You will be hated for speaking the truth.
You definitely have like an x-ray goggles on where you can see someone's aura.
A house divided against itself shall not stand. Matthew chapter 12, verse 25. If you want to make something of yourself, forget your political beliefs. Because different believers experience God in different ways, different non-believers need different explanations to see God as real. Things that make you angry suck you in. Satan's plan fails, right? And God's plan prevails. So in my life right now, I'm going through really the real process of doing difficult things, doing things that I don't want to do. I've recently just started a new job. I'm not going to reveal it. Again, similar to when I was going through my door-to-door time. Like, I'm not going to reveal what I'm doing. It's obviously not as bad as door-to-door. It's a real job. It's a proper job. And, I'm doing things. I'm meeting people. It's good. There's been a lot of good days. Today was actually a pretty good day. On Wednesday, it was not a good day. It was not the same. So basically what I've learned as I've been thinking about everything that's been happening, it's like, the point is, I'm going through the things that I don't like doing. I'm going through the things that push me a little bit outside my comfort zone. I got to be a little bit more interactive. Like, I got to talk to a lot more people, right? And these are great things, and I know that these are great things, but sometimes, my social battery only goes so far, right? Sometimes it feels a little bit overwhelming. For me, what I do, kind of thinking about how I'm going to be going and moving forward and making this job as long-term as I possibly can, I think about taking it day by day, day after day, one day at a time, instead of thinking about the bigger picture. Because I think a big problem with some things I've done in the past is I would look, I want to do this thing for 6 months. And then I get through a couple of bad days and I'm like, I can't even make it past the week, let alone 6 months, right? You can't even feel it. It's so intangible because you got to get through the day. You got to get through each individual moment and get through the day, get through the week, get through the month. And before you know it, you would have gone through enough time where you actually, you work 6 months or whatever it may be. In my scenario, that is what it is. Like, I have like a goal for how long I want to work. But if I look at the bigger picture, I feel like it will overwhelm me. I can be like, I have to wake up at 4:30 in the morning. I have to do that, right? Now, I talk all the time about waking up early in the morning, but I never wake up that early, right? When I'm really feeling it, I'll wake up at 5, like once in a while. But usually my wake up time is 6:30, which to me is pretty good, pretty disciplined, pretty normal. Always makes me feel good and gets me into the day properly. But 4:30 is something so extra, right? And then you get up, you go to work, you work a full 8-hour shift type of thing. But first of all, I'm not doing it every day, and you'll probably see with the quality of episodes, like the days that I work, you're probably going to see like a shorter episode most of the time because I get home and I'm super tired because I didn't get a lot of sleep because I woke up super early, right? And I have to take a nap, and that's what I'm going to do after I'm finished recording this episode. And of course, on the days where I don't go to work, I can spend a lot more time, writing stuff here in the journal I got here and actually making a detailed and an intricate, introspective type of episode. Those are the things I like doing, and I hope those are things that you like watching as well. But, I try my best to make good stuff regardless of the scenario. But I think really my life right now is like I'm still trying to learn. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going, what I want to do, what direction I'm moving in. And I'm not really sure yet. I don't really know. And I'm kind of in the mode where it's like you kind of just have to do things, right? You have to experience things, get yourself outside your comfort zone. And I'm now actually feeling it, right? Now what I've been talking and preaching from like a logical perspective has now actually started to shift to, I'm actually experiencing these things right now. I'm actually experiencing like not wanting to be in work, not wanting to get out of bed. I'm actually experiencing like questioning everything, right? Questioning the validity of everything and kind of being miserable. But I'm kind of like, I understand that if I'm miserable, I'm not gonna ride it out, right? Like if you show up and every single day you have work, you wake up and you're like, I have to go to work. You're going to bed and it's like, I have to wake up early in the morning. It's like, you're just gonna hate the days, and hating the days is just, it's only a matter of time before you just break and you're done. You gotta shift the mindset and look at it from more of a positive perspective as a way that you can truly contribute and as a way that you can pass the time. And of course, making money is always a great positive, although it's not everything. It's always a great positive. And you can always glorify God. And I mean, the way I look at it, being a Christian man, I always try my best to glorify God. You can even use your work to glorify God. And I think that's also a very good thing that always gives me peace as well. It's like always thinking about the good things rather than the negative. And there's always negative that you can look at, and there's always positive that you can look at. Like Tony Robbins is a guy that I watch a lot of, and he inspires me as he inspires so many other people, because he talks about, what do you focus on? What makes your life good or bad is not the actual circumstances of your life. It's what you're focusing on. And then based on what you're focusing on, it is what you're going to do about it, right? So when I wake up at 4:30 in the morning and I have to go to work, what do you focus on? Do you focus on the fact that you have to wake up super early, that you're going to be super tired, that you got to, step outside your comfort zone, talk to a lot of people, always be meeting new people and having conversations and stuff like that, having a little bit of like a salesy aspect of it as well? Are you going to be overwhelmed by that? Are you going to look at that? Or are you going to look at the positives and say, you don't work every single day of the week, you only work a few times a week, so you have a lot of days to rest, and you confirm getting up early in the morning. It's not the end of the world. And you can take naps, and you get home early. You can always be in bed at the right time. That's always a good thing. That's always a priority for me. Obviously, meeting a lot of people, and you meet, and I've already met a lot of nice people, a lot of great people in this new job. And like you can meet new people, have new experiences, have great conversations, and just have some laughs, have a good time. Like that's really like what you can look at, and you make money while doing it, right? And if you have fun, it is a good time, right? And I think working in the morning is definitely better than working in the evening. So I can look at all the negatives and be like, and let it overwhelm me, or I can look at all the positives and just keep riding that high, and keep having that fire and being fearless in all things and only putting my fears onto God, right? It's all about what you focus on. And I think I'm actually learning those lessons in real time. Like I talk about it, I understand it. Me personally, I've gone through some things in my life and I can rationalize it. But now I'm actually having another step to it. And maybe in the coming months, I will have even more steps to that. But I mean, I'm just kind of spitballing and talking about what's happening to me, talking about what's important to me. I hope that, it can mean something to you in some way. I don't know what it would mean to you, but I'm just, that's why I have a podcast, just to talk about things. So yeah, that's what I'm going through. So as for you, the viewer, how it affects you is, well, like, it's very simple. It's easy to rationalize things. It's easy to think about it from a logical perspective. But when emotions come into play, it's another level. It's when you have that thought in your head, when you can't figure out what your why is. If you don't have a deeper, real meaningful reason for doing something, you're never going to continue with it for a long time. And I have a reason to continue working in the job that I have, but I also have reasons to not, right? And it's like, if you let those reasons to not overwhelm you and overpower you, it's going to hinder you, because I have this opportunity to go work a job and to actually like get myself in the workforce to allow myself to get better jobs in the future. You have to start somewhere, right? Even if where I'm starting is not exactly like peak career, it's somewhere and it's something, and I can enjoy it if I look at the positives. So what I'm learning is the difference between actually thinking about something and logicizing something versus actually being in the situation. It is much harder to overcome those emotions in the situation. And I think the only way you're able to is through experience. You cannot like sit there and watch podcasts, with all due respect, even if you're watching this show, I appreciate you for watching this show, but you can't sit here and watch episodes of podcasts, watch videos and YouTube tutorials and stuff like that to solve a problem that is a real world problem in your life. The only way you're going to do it is by experiencing so many of those things that it becomes easy, right? It becomes easy, becomes automatic. And I've learned this in small little tidbits, but I think with this job, I'm going to learn it in an even greater way that'll hopefully be cemented in my head for a longer period of time, so that I can apply it to many other aspects of my life and hopefully achieve good successes. That's kind of my goal. That's what I'm trying to do. So I think for you, the viewer, that's kind of what you got to think about. It's like you can logic about something, you can watch something, you can consume content, but when you actually are in the moment of temptation, when you're in the moment of heightened emotion, the moment of adrenaline, I learned a lot of this on my football career as well so far. It's like that moment of adrenaline, that pressure moment, it really, like, it kind of throws everything out of the window. And whether or not you succeed is through how confident you are in the moment. And the only way you can build that confidence is through experience, not through theory. Theory doesn't help. So my call is always to experience new things. Step outside your comfort zone and you're going to feel those difficult things. I'm feeling them right now in my life. I'm talking about these things because it's like I feel like at least it's important to someone. If it's important to one person, that's what matters to me, right? That means enough. It means a lot to me. That you can logic something, you can think about something, but when push comes to shove, for you to actually be able to stick with something, for you to do your job in the best way possible and be fully confident and truly like step outside your comfort zone, you gotta go at it with the right mentality, the right mindset. Look at the good, not the bad, because there's both in everything. Focus on the right things and constantly pursue new experiences so that you're able to grow and you're able to kind of take that next step and get to that next level, right? Like when you start off, you're not going to be good at something, whatever it is, whether it's an athletic pursuit, a job, school, whatever it is. When you start off, you're not going to be good at it. But the more you do it, the more you build those routines and those habits, it becomes automatic. Like to do like a sales pitch, for example. I've done door-to-door sales. I know that whole process. It's like you'll suck. You'll stutter. You'll say the wrong things. You'll just kind of blank out. Like you'll just kind of like stop talking in the middle of it sometimes. And then once you say it enough times, and once you push through that initial feeling of fear, it becomes automatic and it becomes something like super easy, super seamless, and it becomes like you're able to do it without an issue, right? And you're able to master that skill. I think that's what we're all trying to do, is master some skill in some regard. You're not going to do it by reading books. You're not going to do it by watching podcasts, watching videos. I think those are important, but when push comes to shove, it's experience. It's actually going out there and doing the thing that actually will make you better at the thing, and it will make you truly achieve many great things. And it will allow you to stick with it. You won't quit, and you'll be able to keep going. So I say these things because this is what I'm going through in my own life. I'm learning these lessons, right? Like I woke up this morning, I was kind of like a little bit, things were up in the air. I ended up having a pretty good day today. But on Wednesday, I was questioning all these things because Wednesday was a pretty grim and different and difficult day because it was a different day. And it was something I wasn't quite like used to. But as you're getting used to it, I'm starting to kind of be able to shift my mindset into positive things, the good instead of the bad. And that will allow me to keep going. And this type of a concept, this thing is super applicable to every other aspect of your life, really without any exceptions. It's applicable to everything. You're going to start, it's not going to be good, it's not going to be easy, there's going to be some setback, there's going to be something that goes wrong, something that you don't agree with, something that just doesn't resonate with you, that you still have to do, work that you have to do regardless. It is those difficult things that you have life lessons. Life lessons are truly in the suffering, and on the other suffering is joy. On the other side of suffering is joy. So I'm already stuttering a little bit. I'm already messing up my speech a little bit because of how tired I am. I am going to take a nap basically the second I am done recording this episode, and it will come out a little bit later in the day. Obviously, you're going to watch it. I hope you enjoy it. If you're still here watching, if you resonate with this message, and if you're just interested in the goings on of my life and all that kind of stuff, well, I've tried to give you as much as I can without fully revealing what I actually am doing when it comes to my new job, because again, I want to keep that type of stuff private. So I hope you understand, but I hope you learn the lessons that, yeah, it's all about experience, man. It's all about what you do that makes a difference, that allows you to push through those feelings of fear. Constantly thinking is just going to push you down a bad path, and you're going to feel overwhelmed, and you're going to let the fear overcome you. So respond to bad thoughts and negative thinking with just action. Act without thinking at all, and you'll be able, slowly but surely, build those skills, build those relationships, and achieve whatever you want to achieve in your life, whatever that may mean for you. For me, it is going to be doing the best I can in this job, making a little bit of money, saving up that money, and starting to build a future, right? Starting to build a life for myself that I can feel satisfied with. I'm still trying to figure it out after I'm trying to become a pro footballer. It might not be done, but maybe it is done. I don't even know. That's why I'm trying to figure it out. For me, working this job is a great first step, and I'm learning these lessons in real time. So I think it's only fair that I share some of the things I'm learning with you, the audience on this podcast, no matter how few people watch or how many people watch. I think if one person kind of watches this and changes their mind on things or does a little bit more, puts a little bit more effort into something, I think that's enough. And if one more person like can truly find a way to glorify God in their life, I think that's enough. That is what I do. That is why I'm here. And I'm also, it also helps me as well to voice out my own thoughts and at times replay back my own thoughts when I like kind of rewatch my episodes and stuff. So it kind of talks about the time that I'm dealing with, what I'm going through. I think there's value in this, and I really hope that you guys had some value from this episode. I'm pretty much done. That's all I gotta say. As I go through new experiences and different things, I will definitely continue to update you with this new job, as I kind of was doing with my door-to-door. As I was going through new challenges, new difficulties, I would be honest, and I'm trying to be as honest and vulnerable as I possibly can on this show, obviously without exposing what I do, because I think I want to keep that private. That's just a personal preference. But everything else, the goings on of everything, I want to be super honest because there's lessons in it. I think there are lessons in all of it, and I think some of it's just truly interesting as to what I'm doing in my life and how I'm trying to become that type of a person that is doing great things, that achieves great things. And I'm on a show, and I've made my own show where I assume, to a lot of other people that want to do these very same things. So the more I can strive, the more it can be easier for me to kind of give you guys the lessons on how you can strive. So as I'm doing that day after day, I ask that you bear with me, because of course I'll make mistakes. I've already made so many mistakes on this show. I've already, of course, said so many crazy things, of course, and many things that now, in comparison to like the beginning, I kind of have shifted my perspective on a little bit just through my life experience. Like, I just think about how I've been doing this show, and it's like I started, and like I was doing like some online stuff, and then I ended up making it into door to door, and then I was training super hard. I went to Spain to go do football again. It didn't really work out, so I came back, and I had like a month of kind of in between, and now I'm finally starting my new chapter where I have a new job again. And the point is, like, going through all of that, my opinions have shifted. So it's like, I try my best, right? And I'm trying my best to get to that point, but of course I'll make mistakes, so bear with me. But we're gonna live, and we're gonna grow together. That's how this show is. Like, sometimes I see the show as just like one big autobiography, or even one big testimony of my faith. One of the two, or both at times. I try and give as good of lessons as I can and as much value as I can to you, the viewer. But I see the show as something that also tells a lot about who I am. And I think that is valuable in and of itself. So that is the point. We're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep growing every day, and let's strive together, right? I invite you to strive with me, grow with me, experience those things with me, and truly you can figure out what is really possible in your life every day if you go and you just take that step outside your comfort zone. So that's all I got to say for today. I'm done my little spiel talking about where I'm at right now in my life and the lessons I'm learning, and I'm still going to learn. The point of all of that, those last like couple minutes, was to say that as I continue to grow in the job, and as I continue to grow in myself, I will continue to give you guys the lessons in that way, and I'll polish the lessons, make them better, make them more concise, more succinct, more proper, more digestible, in a way that you can understand, because eventually, like, the more I experience it, the more I can actually become an expert in something, and then my knowledge can be even more valuable to you. I hope that my knowledge so far, up until this point, we're on episode 166, I think, of the show, almost halfway there, halfway to the 365 days, which is crazy. I hope my knowledge up until that point has been pretty good and has been serving you well. That's really all I gotta say. But it will only get better in the future, so stay tuned. As always, there are many other great videos in the past that I made. You can go watch some of those. Subscribe if you're new, of course, and follow on Spotify and TikTok. I leave those in the description all the time. If you were to support those, I appreciate that as well. Sure to support in every way that you can, and I thank you so much for watching this episode of the 365 podcast. I'm done. That is it for me. And as I end this episode every single day, always, I'll see you tomorrow for the next one.